What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide. Welcome to day 5 of the 31 Days of Horror here at Video Homicide. Again, this is going to be another classic film, a film that I had seen previously, but nonetheless amazing, and that is David Cronenberg's 1983 film, Videodrome. Oh my god. So I was doing a little bit of research about this movie after I watched it tonight, and it's cool to know that David Cronenberg wrote the story of this, or started to work on the story of this even as a young child, because growing up in Toronto, or maybe it was Montreal, I'm pretty sure he's from the Toronto area, but nonetheless, he used to pick up signals from Buffalo, New York, like late at night after the Canadian signals would go down, and he would have all these fears in his head, like he was going to see something that he shouldn't have seen. And going into the 1970s, he started developing a script, I believe called Network of Blood or Network of Terror or something like that. But this is like the basis of the Videodrome story as we come to know it in this film. So this movie, again, David Cronenberg. Oh, it looks like it's 1982, so I apologize on that fuck up, but David Cronenberg wrote, direct, and James Woods stars in this film alongside Debbie Harry, who I believe was Blondie. If you're a fan of the movie Style Wars, you know that Blondie was used a lot in graffiti back in the early 1980s. But anyways, this movie's about James Woods plays a character by the name of Max, who's a CEO or president of this television station, Channel 83, and he's always looking for stuff to show, everything from softcore porn all the way to hardcore violence and everything in between. So he goes on this talk show where he's being interviewed by this woman alongside Debbie Harry's character, and also this man named Barry Oblivion, who's being shown through television. He quotes that he's only ever seen on television if he's on television. So it's this weird concept where he has all these recorded, well, we don't find out they're recorded till later on, but all these recorded monologues and video interactions that he plays for people, because he was taken out by Videodrome, even though he was like one of the creators of this Videodrome thing. So James Woods, he's hanging out with his pirate buddy who's like stealing signals and stuff. His name's Harlan, and they pick up this show called Videodrome, and James Woods becomes obsessed with it, and he's trying to find the source of it, because he wants to be able to play it on his channel in order to be like to add to his repertoire of fucked up things that he plays on Channel 83. So he starts kind of sending out some of his people, like this old lady, to try to find out information on Videodrome, and she finds out that you need to stay away from this because it's deeper than you think. It's political. It's all this and that. And James Woods is kind of like, what? I don't give a fuck what you have to say because I want Videodrome. And he, at the same time, he's getting in this relationship with Deborah Harry's character, and she's totally into like getting hurt like sexually and stuff like that. So like she's burning herself with cigarettes. He's piercing her ears and all kinds of crazy shit, cutting her, this and that. But she claims that she's going on this vacation for like 2 weeks, but she's really going to audition for Videodrome against his wishes. And there's a good line where he's like, you don't want to go there because these Mondo weirdo video creeps, like they can play rough or something like that. I love that line. But she goes and auditions for Videodrome, and then she's not seen again on screen other than being on screen, because she gets sort of wrapped up, warped into this Videodrome madness, because the show itself, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock, that's crazy, but the show itself is basically just like a static shot of people being tortured by these two people in not samurai outfits, but like borderline like fencing outfits, like when people fence with the swords and shit. But it's like this weird thing, like people's fascination, like like if there's a car wreck or something, you kind of can't look away, like the obsession with looking at terrifying stuff. And that's like James Woods' like main issue or problem, if you can call it a problem, is like he gets off on seeing this stuff. Like it's kind of revealed to him throughout, like later on in the film, by Brian Oblivion's daughter, that like you get off on this material. But throughout the film, he has like these hallucinations all caused from the Videodrome thing, and he finds out later on that Videodrome like implants a brain tumor inside of you that causes these hallucinations and stuff. But he's like one of the few people, like specimens, because Videodrome is not really being projected out on the TV. They were all recordings he was watching. So his pirate buddy was actually in on the Videodrome thing. But these hallucinations he's having, he sees like he has a pistol and he like puts it inside of his stomach, and later on he takes it out and it kind of turns into this whole biomechanical thing that like attaches into his hand. And one thing about this film, the special effects are top notch. I'm not exactly sure who did the special effect. Rick Baker. Okay, so obviously you're going to have quality stuff if Rick Baker's involved. Rick Baker, of course, was responsible for films like American Werewolf in London, I think Congo. Like he's been around. He's been around the block. I think he did the Planet of the Apes remake, which I really do like. But anyways, another cool thing is he has these interactions with the TV where the TV's like pulsating, has veins and stuff. It's like this new flesh thing that's happening. And at one point he gets this videotape. It's actually a beta tape, and it's like pulsating and moving and stuff, and he drops it. And then later on, one of those same types of tapes gets put inside of him because the people running Videodrome have killed Barry Oblivion, and now they want James Woods to, kill the people at his partners at the TV station so they can take over Channel 83. And then after he does that, they want him to kill Barry Oblivion's daughter, but she is able to like kind of reverse the psychosis where now like he's gonna do what she wants him to do in a way. And he goes and he kills Harlan, who's the pirate, and he also goes and kills, I believe his name was Contex or Cortex or something like that. He was this, guy that runs a glasses shop. He says that he provides glasses to third world countries and special weapons to NATO. So it's kind of like a weird combination there. It's like coffee and napalm. But the death scene of like that corporate asshole at like this demonstration of all these glasses, it's like a show, like one of those kind of like corporate shows. And James Woods just blows him away, and then like the body just is this total special effects fucking scene it's amazing. It looks so fucking good. And again, it goes to show you that films of the 1980s, especially the 80s, I think have some of the best effects, period. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. I know that nowadays the CGI, like if this was made now, it would be total, well, maybe not with Cronenberg, but I just think it would be a totally different film if it was not, practical effects, because this is exactly what you want in a good body horror film. And of course, David Cronenberg went on to do films, or earlier films. He did Scanners, he did Rabbit, he did Shivers, he did History of Violence, tons of fucking good movies. Canadian director as well, so we hold him near and dear to our hearts here. And I'm very glad to have this movie on DVD. I have it on tape somewhere. I couldn't find it because I thought it would be more fitting to use the tape. I was gonna watch the DVD, but I wanted to have the tape for this video. But shit happens. And also, I'll point out that there's no special features on this copy, which is the, I guess, standard universal copy that came out in probably about 1998. So, yeah. I think Arrow put out an edition of this, so Arrow's edition probably has like a lot of good stuff, and this is the type of movie that I would get. And again, how many times do I have to fucking stress this? Here is a great horror film with 0 sequels in sight. With that being said, thanks for watching. Leave a 666 in the comments, and adios.